Hello. Now that figure mode work is all done, I'll explain the next part, the controller tab. The controller tab is the step after all joint positions have been set. There are times when you need to adjust the shape to look good. This tab is where you do that. First, let me adjust the biped shape. For biped, just adjust it in figure mode as you did before. Don't worry if the position shifts while you're adjusting the size. You can re-snap the biped joints back using BipedPlus functions. For now, just adjust it so it looks clean like this. Run update again and the joint positions will be realigned. Now you can change only the shape size, and the joints are confirmed to be in the right positions. If you accidentally change the scale using the basic figure mode functions, it can affect certain points. Using BipedPlus functions to realign is very useful, keep that in mind. Let me quickly work through the rest. The reason we created the controller tab is actually because of the NURBS Shape part. These NURBS curves normally require adjusting points one by one to resize, which is quite tedious. So we made it possible to adjust by scale in the controller tab for your convenience. You resize and adjust it like this. You might wonder about the other side. Just select the left you adjusted, and mirror it. Pressing the mirror button like this, you can see the whole thing mirrors over. You can see it finds the corresponding name matching R and automatically changes the controller shapes. Beyond that, this controller creation function is also very useful. When creating custom bones, you can generate them like this. Let me explain the creation part in a bit more detail. You can naturally adjust the controller shape using scale like this. Roughly you can adjust scale like this, and rotation upward can be done the same way. Feel free to use this, and I'll revert it back now. You can adjust shapes in fine detail like this. Now let me talk about the controller creation part. If you press it without selecting anything, you can see it's created at the origin. I'll temporarily hide the character. With nothing selected, pressing the button creates it at the origin. If you select an object first and press the button, it's created at the exact same position as the selected object. If you check the offset option and create, you can see it's created as a parent group at the same position above that controller. This offset is really important in rigging. Our channel has a video explaining local matrix and hierarchy. I recommend checking it out. It will be very helpful. That's how it works. If you simply want to rename it, change it like this and create. And this is called a prefix. If you want to attach it to the end instead of as a prefix, select this option and the naming rule changes slightly. You can see it's created with the name changed at the end of the controller. That's the intended use for that option. When using 3ds Max naming conventions, I recommend using Prefix at the front as the separator. That's because while naming can be decided freely per project, 3ds Max already has one established standard. What's standard? There's Biped, and Biped always has BIP001 at the front. It's good for us to follow this naming convention as well. So this BIP001 represents the type. When we create controllers, we also organize by type. Offset gets the offset prefix, and controller gets the controller prefix. Please also refer to this naming convention. That covers the controller section in BipedPlus. Let's move on.